Okay, hi. I'm gonna do some yapping and I'm gonna do some tapping on things. Um, I really hope that everything sounds cool. Uh, I, I'm gonna, I'm gonna do some tapping right about here, and hopefully, it sounds nice. Um, I don't wanna like listen back and then it sucks, and then I'm like, man, I did a whole audio and it sounds like crap, and now I gotta re-record it. So, uh, okay, so I really wanted to like start doing ASMR, and I took like a whole 2 weeks between uploads, and then it's been another 2 weeks, and I kind of just didn't have the motivation, I guess. And like it's fun to listen to this stuff all the time, you know. Well, all the time, maybe not all the time, but it's fun to listen to it. And I was like, oh, it'd be cool if I started recording and I listened to it, and it was like, oh, that's cool. So I'm gonna try to do more of it and upload more. I just need to like come home and then sit down and record. I feel like the hardest part is like finding a script. Like reading from a script is so weird to me, and then like improvising is easier, but then I'm like, what if I can't improvise enough? And then it doesn't sound right. I guess that just comes with practice though, so I'll try to do more of that. I don't know if I mentioned that I'm tapping on my moisturizer container, but that is what this is. It sounds pretty cool. You get like different taps from each side. But yeah, so I'll try to do more uploading, because I mean, if anybody listens to it, that's cool. Just having one person that's like, oh, I like listening to you fucking doing stuff, and I'm like, oh man, thank you so much. So I mean, but yeah, recording is just kind of weird. I had my birthday last week, so I finally managed to obtain a PS5, which I've been holding on to my PS4 for a while. That thing can barely run anything, so I can finally play games that are PS5 exclusive. Not that there's that many, but like games that run better on it, you know. So I got like Cyberpunk. That's what I'm gonna start with, and I'm excited to play that. I got through like the character creation and I guess the prologue and tutorial, so I'm starting to get into it. But yeah, it's fun so far. In the tutorial, when I was like doing the weapon training and like combat training, I was like, man, I really suck at this. So hopefully me playing it'll make me get better. But I mean, I'm not a terrible video game player. I've played a lot of like hard games, I guess, like technically, so this shouldn't be bad for me, but I think it might be. It might just be one of those combat systems, but hopefully I get used to it, and then it's like, oh, this is cool, I can do this. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then I'm still looking to get like some other games that I can't afford at the moment, but like I want to rebuy Witcher 3 and Elden Ring, because I transferred my game saves over, so I want to be able to play those again, especially because I had like 300 Elden Ring hours on another console, another PlayStation, and I had to restart when I got my other PS4, so I lost all of it, and now I got like 200 hours on my current PS4. I might have played the game a lot. I mean, it was all I was playing for a while at one point, but oh my god, I'm so sorry. I just like blew into the mic. I hope that didn't mess you up or anything. But yeah, I want to keep my progress. It would suck if I had to restart all my Elden Ring progress a third time, you know. I just want to keep my builds. But that's really like all the game stuff I've been doing, you know. Just haven't gotten too far into the PS5 yet. I just spiked the audio again, I'm so sorry. But I'm looking forward to more. And I guess if I did another ramble, I could tell you what I think of the game or something like that, if anyone would be interested, of course. But I'm currently tapping on my handheld mirror. I might have said that already, but I forget everything that I've said for the most part. Hopefully it sounds nice. Hopefully you can hear it well. I'm gonna move it a little closer to the mic, and you can take it in for a minute. I have this candle. I got this like last November or October, whichever one comes first. I can't think right now. It's the pumpkin spice latte. Nobody judge me. I thought it smelled nice in the store. This one didn't smell as good as the one that I picked up the first time, because I set that one down to smell other candles, and I was like, this smells good, but I'm gonna come back to it. And then I came back to it and picked up a different one, and then I smelled it and I was like, oh no, this one doesn't smell like that, how I remember. So I don't know, but I think it smells nice now after having smelled it a couple times, like burning it, you know. I'm sure you know how candles work. I'm sorry. Wow, this tapping sounds cool. Oh, like a box or something. Kinda. This is the lid. It's shiny. It's like a gold shiny lid. It's so cool. Hopefully it sounds nice to you. I'm like, oh wow. I like how it sounds, actually. But I'm gonna like cycle through stuff a little bit. I might go back to the other things I was tapping on. But this one sounds cool. Anyway, back to ramble stuff. I've been watching like a lot of anime, and that's kind of like what I watch the most out of anything now. And I just recently finished Bungo Stray Dogs. Well, I say finished, but I have one singular episode left, and I wasn't expecting it to be so good. I was just looking for I guess gay anime stuff, you know, and I was like, ooh wow, people were saying that Bungo Stray Dogs has some gay characters or something, so I just put it on my list, and I was like, okay, I'll watch it today or something, and I started, and I was like, oh cool, these characters are cool, and I got really into it, and I ended up binging it. I think I started watching it just a month ago, and I'm already done, and it was so good. Now, I ended up watching like 5 episodes of the last season today, like most of the end of it, and I'm just kinda, I don't know how I feel about, like, all the shit that's happening. And I'm just like, this doesn't feel like the same anime I started watching when I started watching it, you know? And it just kind of, like, I don't know. It's kind of giving JJK, like, the end of JJK, which I love JJK, I'm not gonna lie. And I get shit from my friend for it. But, like, I really liked it. And sure, the ending is, like, pretty, you know. I mean, if you haven't read the manga, then I won't say anything, but it's definitely, leaves a little to be desired for some, I guess. And, I mean, Bungo Stray Dogs was, like, really good throughout, like, all 4 seasons. The movie was really good. Some people say it's, like, bad after season 2, but I don't know. I was watching it and I was like, wow, this is actually, like, while it's complex and, like, some things, I was like, it's doing what it's supposed to do pretty well, I guess. Like, I'm not watching it and feeling like, okay, this is dumb, or this is just, like, complex for the sake of being complex. Like, it was on, like, a Death Note kind of complex. Like, characters will more towards the end, it kind of goes into, like, Light and L type stuff, where one, like, outthinks the other, and, like, you're just like, wow, I would not think of something like this. Like, I couldn't even write this and turn it into an anime. So, I mean, there's stuff like that with some characters, and I'm just like, it works. It works a lot like it did in Death Note, so I wasn't mad at it, obviously. And my bar for, like, enjoyment for, like, anime and shows in general and movies is really low. And I admit that. Like, I'll look over some plot holes, honestly, and I won't even care or notice. And then I'll read that, oh, the plot holes were so bad. Like, this is so dumb. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know. I really liked that movie. I guess other people didn't. But it's okay. But yeah, I think Bungo Stray Dogs is still worth watching. I mean, you get through the first 4 seasons and they're really good, and then you get to the last one and you're like, well, I might as well finish it. It's not, like, a terrible ending, but my one thing I'll say about it, I feel weird, I don't want to, like, talk about it and spoil, but basically a lot of no characters really die, and I'm, like, super emotional when it comes to characters dying. So as soon as a character will die in, like, any anime that I watch, I'm like, oh man, and then I'm, like, tearing up, and, like, or, like, I'm, like, bawling my eyes out, and I didn't really get that from this show. Even though I am attached to, like, most of the characters, there were a couple moments and I was just like, oh wow. But none of the characters ever really die. They're all super overpowered. So if a character dies, you're just like, oh, I don't know if they're dead though, so I'm not gonna, like, my emotional receptors can't, like, turn on while I'm watching it, because every character just, like, tanks everything all the time, and I'm just like, oh shit, are they dead? No, probably not. And then, like, I won't, detail anymore, but some characters do die, and I guess maybe that does, the fact that they don't die so much, or, like, the deaths aren't always permanent, or things like that, you just kind of don't think characters will die. And then when they do die, you're like, oh, well, that sucks. I really like that character, but I don't know. I think it takes away on that aspect, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad anime, I'm okay with it. I can look past that part. I think the plot just kind of gets so far off from what it started as, And then I'm like, well, do I really care at this point? And the MC, he doesn't really feel like the MC. It feels like he's, like, a side character, but, like, the show kind of focuses in on him as, like, the introduction, and then it kind of forgets about him, sorta. He just feels like another side character in a way, but there's other side characters that feel more main character than him, like Dazai and Ronpo, and honestly those two I would say are, like, the the main characters of the anime. So, I mean, I guess it's the main character, and I mean, I don't know. I really can't put it into words, really. But maybe they're just kind of like doing multiple main characters, which I've never seen, but I'm sure that's a thing. And I'm just dumb, but yeah, I would still recommend that you watch it if you are into anime and you have nothing to watch. I have a couple anime I still want to watch. Like Attack on Titan, I've heard is really good from a bunch of people, and I guess that's like one of the ones most people would recommend. It's so popular and I haven't watched it, so I feel kind of like a fake anime fan, I guess. I don't know. That's probably not a thing, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like I should have watched all of the main anime already, and then like when people ask me about anime, I'm probably gonna give like a stupid freaking anime. I don't know. I'm surrounded by anime connoisseurs, and I'm just an anime base level enjoyer. But yeah, and then Bungo Street Dogs, I was just kind of like, after watching it, I'm like, wow, I thought this would be more popular. Like, I feel like I would have heard of it before, or maybe it is more popular, and I just haven't seen it anywhere. But I wanna watch a couple anime. Like, my friend recommended me Banana Fish, or is it Banana Fish? I don't know. I'm probably thinking wrong. I'm not gonna Google it, but I think it's Banana Fish, and I've read that it's like so sad, and it looked like it was enjoyable, and it's definitely something along the lines of like what I would want to watch. So I'll give that one a spin. I have so many things on my list. When I was in middle school, my friend recommended that I watch Demon Slayer, so I got on like her Crunchyroll account and started watching what I thought was Demon Slayer, but somehow I was watching Angels of Death, and I really liked the first episode, and then I'm like, wow, this is what happened. I told them about it, and they were just like, that's not Demon Slayer, but that is a good anime. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I decided to actually watch Demon Slayer, and I did get to the first season, and it was pretty good, but I never did finish it, and I do want to go back and finish it. And I also want to watch Angels of Death, because I only watched that one episode. So they're both on my list. There's so much on my list. My stepmom was telling me to watch The Apothecary Diaries, and I always watch like what people recommend, because I feel bad like not listening to music that people recommend, or not watching what they recommend I watch, because I like to give things a fair chance, you know. And I mean, doing things for people is like, I guess, my love language in a way. So I just kind of like default to wanting to, you know, watch things for people or listen to things for people, so I can give my input. But the thing is, like, I'll procrastinate everything, but for things like this, I'll usually just put it off for like months at a time. Usually it'll be like 2 months, and then I'll get around to it. But I mean, I do get around to it eventually. It just takes me a while. So I'll like have it in the back of my head, and I'm like, I feel bad because I haven't, you know, got back to him about it, but I just don't have the energy, and I'm like into something else right now, or things like that. But yeah, I would recommend the Bungo Street Dogs. That's the third time I said that, but I would recommend it if you don't have anything to watch. But I guess that's all I can really ramble about right now. This was kind of fun to do, because I don't get to sit down and ramble just about things that are in my brain. I usually do that to myself, which is sad. But I guess I could just like do 2 rambles on here, and if people people enjoy them. That's cool. That makes me happy. That sounds nice. My cats are messing around at the door to my room. Whenever I record, I'm always like, guys, please don't make a lot of noise, because I don't want my mic to pick it up, and then, like, there's a huge annoying noise in the background, and people are like, oh man, this sucks. This breaks my immersion. Thankfully this one doesn't have a whole lot of immersion, because I'm just yapping, and yapping, and yapping, but, I'll probably do, another thing like this eventually. I'll keep my yapping to myself and not talk about it, and then I'll just let it all out here. But I hope you enjoyed listening to it. I hope the tapping sounds were nice. I said I was gonna cycle through, and I didn't because I was too busy yapping and just tapping away. So I think like 10 minutes was just the candle, and like the rest of the audio was just my mirror and my moisturizer. I'm sorry. Hopefully the candle sounded nice. Whoever listens, thank you for listening, and I hope you sleep well. Good night. Sending hugs and love your way, because you deserve it. Everyone deserves love and affection, and I hope that just hearing me talk gave you some sort of comfort. Remember that you are loved, and I hope you sleep